Hi folks, for anyone watching, I am having a quick chat with a long-term client and friend, Eamon McCaffery, around all things business, fitness, family, how he has merged them all together and created some amazing results. For context, Eamon's VO2 max is elite for someone 20 years younger, so an elite VO2 max it's a score for someone's cardiovascular health and fitness. His body composition is also in the top percent for males of his age as well. I've had the privilege of training with Eamon, getting to know him, working with him and his family, and the progress he's made over the last 8 years now has been great. It's been really transformational, and I'm excited just to understand more about what caused the transformation where he was before and his whole story in between managing family, business and fitness. So for anyone watching, Eamon, you are 53 years young.
Correct.
You come from a big sporting background. Talk to me about that.
Well, I always played sport all my life. I played Gaelic football. Played at a fairly high level, county level, which is as high a level I could have got to really, and played that for numerous years and always kept myself in good shape, and always up till about the age of probably 30, 31. Which then I went into business, then into hospitality. I went into licensed trade, bought a pub, and that just changed everything. Then as far as fitness was concerned, always tried to keep doing a bit of fitness even after I stopped playing the football or whatever, and found it difficult to do. But I always done bits and pieces and go at it for a month and stop, start, and tried different programs, tried different types of things like spinning, like training myself. I was going to try to learn how to swim. I was going to try and learn how to run properly and do things. I done a half marathon. I got as far as that. I was doing 10Ks and stuff. But my preparation, my training and all was terrible. I remember the half marathon, on the Omaha half marathon, it was a big 25-year anniversary of it. It's a very popular event locally where I live. And I remember Googling the night before how to prepare for a half marathon. So I had a banana and a Red Bull before the marathon, and you can imagine it didn't go that great. I'd done it in over 2 hours, 4 minutes, but at a cost. I couldn't walk for 3 weeks after, you know.
So at 30 to 31, you obviously got into hospitality and you were playing football up to, like you said, the highest level possible. When you stopped playing football for that period of time, what happened with your health, with your body, with your energy? Like, did you start to notice it declining? Was your energy worse? Like, what did that all look like for 10, 15 years?
Here it was, at the time you didn't notice it probably for a year or two. You thought, right, I've played football and I'm in good shape and I can still go out and do things, party a bit and do all them things and still keep in shape. But I found the energy levels big time went down, really, really badly down. Sleeping was all over the place. The hospitality I was in, it was tough. It was tough, but once again, when you're in the middle of it, you just go on and do it. You get into the rat race of just, you're going to bed at 3 or 4 a.m. and you're up again the next morning, and everything goes on. You're just getting a couple of hours sleep nights at the weekends was desperate. And you thought, right, I need to get back into this train. I need to try and do something. Used to go into gyms. I would be lost in the gym after 10 minutes, looking at other people and them brushing past you with the big muscles, and you hadn't a clue what to do. And I was trying, and I went a few different PTs and stuff to try things in between all this busy life schedule, but no, it wasn't good. And it just went on and on and on then, and probably the hospitality trade it's a sociable trade as well, and there's a lot of sociable outings and trips away and weekends and stuff that you try and organise, and you go away, and so it just sort of got out of hand. Not badly out of hand, but then I had my daughter, I have one daughter, Katie, and I had Katie, whatever, I was leaving the first bar I was in, Katie was just born, Katie was just 6 months old. So that is one of the reasons that I did leave the first bar, and thought, right, I'm going to try give more time for family and stuff like that. So that's where it really went to them.
It's great that you actually brought up Katie, because one of the really inspirational things I see about how you manage your health and fitness and well-being now. So we obviously met each other 8 years ago. That from the first week I met you, Katie must have been, what age 8 years ago? Would have been
Katie would have been 12.
12. You took Katie into the gym the first week I met you. You said, my daughter's going to come in, can she sit on the bike and do a bit? And the ability to bring your daughter of 12 into a gym environment, get her more familiar with exercise, with fitness, to make it feel normal, that this is actually a really good thing to do from a young age. Obviously, Katie now is coming 21.
Yes.
And the both of you regularly exercise on a weekly basis as well?
Yeah, well, Kitty's an Irish dancer, and Kitty does a lot of practice, a lot of training and stuff too, but not the gym type stuff, which I felt she probably would benefit her. But from the day in her she went in and met yourself at 12 years old, it was, she loved it, and she loved being in it with myself, and I loved her being there as well. And it's developed now that we're doing high rock sessions once a week together, and it's just fantastic, and the both of us are pushing each other on. We trained together this week, and we were partnered up against two fellas her age, and we outdone them by 46 metres, if I don't mind me saying. So it was it's brilliant. No, she is, and she loves it now, and she makes it a regular every week as well. Out around her dancing schedule, she will go to the gym, and me and her train together as much as possible.
That as a way of measuring success, it's very hard to quantify. Obviously, we can talk about VO2 max and we can talk about body composition, but the fact you're in a gym training with your daughter on a weekly basis, that fitness and health and exercise is so normal for her, that she feels comfortable going into a gym setting and a gym environment from such a young age. For me, I struggle to see anything that really matters more than that.
Yep, me and Katie would go into gyms, we were away on holidays or whatever, we'd always know the first thing we do is look for a gym. That's probably only its last 3-4 years. It is the most fantastic feeling now when you go on holidays that you find a gym and you have your great time, you have your lovely meals and you have your few drinks and your couple of glasses of wine, but you go to the gym. You keep your schedule, and I'm not saying this for the camera, it is fantastic now. Me and Katie walk in and Katie walks that way, I go that way. We know exactly what we're doing. We don't get intimidated by anyone anymore, and we'll put that down to yourself and the training that we've got and the experience that you have given us in gyms, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant that the two of us now feel we're not annoying anybody, and we can do our own programme, and we can even see people looking at us going, God, I think them guys look good together training.
I know what they're at. What is your appetite like now for business and success? Obviously, I've said you're 53 years young. You've been in business from your early 30s, which is over 20 years. Does health and fitness give you energy to want to push on in business, want to do things that maybe people in their 50s, they get to and they think they should start slowing down? How do you feel now?
Oh, I just wish I was doing this from I was 30. I'm doing it now since my mid-40s at the proper level. I feel I'm fitter now I'm fitter now than I was when I was 30, when I stopped playing football. And I just wasn't doing that type of training, the proper type of training and the education that I have from yourself, from the EAC. I get some amount of information now about nutrition. My nutrition has changed so much in the last couple of years. It took 4 or 5 years off with yourself before the penny dropped with me. And then I train in the morning at 7 a.m. and I finish normally about 8:15, 8:30. And I get my shower and I head straight to work. And I am skipping into work. And I used to work with other guys that would have been, I remember going to them a couple of years ago and I was working with different guys and they'd have been standing outside and they've been training their feet coming into work. I was by far the oldest there. And you're much better form. You have a couple of missed calls on your phone. You can just react to them. You can do your work much better. You're much sharper. And when it comes to the evening time, you're ready for tools down and you can get a good night's sleep. The days you train is the nights you sleep afterwards. It's just brilliant. And you get up the next day. I never train 2 days in a row. I always like my recovery as well. And then I would go at it the next day again. So I do three a week, sometimes 4 a week. And it's pure medicine. Pure medicine. You know, I would text and say, here, medicine taken this morning, I feel so much better. Where it used to be you had to take a Baraka or take some drink or something, try to make yourself feel better. Go to the gym, having a real good sweat, getting that sweat. I love to get a real good sweat and coming out of that gym after a shower and finish with a cold shower, which I've started doing since I met you as well. Absolutely brilliant. Feel brilliant going to work. For work, it is great. It's healthy for work. it's definitely the way to go.
When people start to get into their 50s, it's nearly a position where they think they should be slowing down and taking life a bit easier, putting their feet up, maybe not doing as much. But obviously you being 53 years young, the shape, the health, the energy, the want and drive to push on in business and family life, like you enjoy great holidays with your family on a yearly basis, you take them away on great trips, you train together, you enjoy life. And it's just a really eye-opening experience to what life can feel like compared to what people actually think life is going to feel like in their 50s. And it's just amazing to see you, Katie and Brenda, have so much energy and capacity to push on and do the things that you want to do. And going forward, is there anything you're excited about with your health and fitness? Is there anything that you are working towards this year?
Absolutely. It's I am partnered up with guy I train with, Peter, and which you'll be speaking to as well, and we are definitely planning on a High Rocks this year by the end of 2025. I done a High Rocks at the end of 2023 and I'm ready for another one. I've got the right man with me again. I had a great partner the first time and I've got another great partner this time, so that's my plan. I used to think if you're 50, whenever I was 20 or 30 or whatever, thinking 50, it's nearly time to hang the boots up and get the slippers on. But oh my God, the much I read now and see and feel, how you feel, it's just amazing. 53 is, I don't feel like I'm 53. I don't feel like it. You probably know that whenever you see me out and about, running about. I still have a good social life. I still train really hard and I still enjoy myself. I haven't just completely changed, become a hermit that I don't go out or nothing. That is totally not me. I still have my weekends and I still have my holidays, as you said, and my weekends away and my trips, and I love them all. But I have wised up a hell of a lot. I've wised up a hell of a lot. And I do know now that I know I'm 53. Maybe don't feel it, but I know I am 53, and there's just so many things you can do, and I just look so much forward to doing this High Rocks. I love targets. I love to have things to look towards and to say, right, that's my goal. I'm gonna go for that there. And with your health, if your health's your wealth, like, you know what I mean? When you're healthy and feel well and injury free, it's just brilliant. And you really want to focus on that and then just get to that place where you want to go to. Like, and it's not the end of the world if I don't get doing my High Rocks. If I do get, I'll still be in good shape. Like, if I do get knocks now, I recover so much quicker because my body's stronger and my muscles are stronger, and I know there's people looking and going, here, what are you at? What are you at now? And I go and stop for a coffee locally every morning before I head to the gym, and now they're asking me, here, what are you doing today? What sort of a size? I think it's brilliant. And they used to laugh. They used to laugh and thinking then the old line that we use is first they laugh and then they ask. They laughed at me whenever I done a video about this years ago for you, whenever you opened your first gym, and I remember then they used to laugh at this video, and then a couple of weeks later when you'd meet them, they'd come and slip up behind you and say, well, what are you doing? Because then they're dying to know, and they know rightly that they're seeing results and whatever, like, you know what I mean? I don't go around with this big physique body and all the rest. I just keep myself in good shape and my form is good and just feel good.
I love that, and people pick up on energy, and somebody's consistently showing up full of energy, full of life, healthy, excited about what they're doing. It's impossible not to pick up on that. And you know, the data is one thing as well. I think we should hit on, like, when we measure VO2 max, to give it context, you've got the cardiovascular system and fitness of a male 20 years younger. How important to you is looking at the data, looking at the numbers? Obviously, you ran a business, you're in another business, you've ran multiple businesses. Numbers obviously give feedback on how well something's performing, but how important is the data and numbers to you?
Massively important. Like, my numbers have been increasing over the years, and then there's times I've seen them decrease, and I know there's something. And then I've sit down and look at it, I go, right, well, I know what I'm doing wrong, and I've started to slip a wee bit in this angle or that angle or whatever. So the data is unreal. I wear my Oura ring now as well, and it gives my sleep data, it gives my activity, it gives my readiness. It's anybody should look at these here. These are fantastic, and you wake up every morning, it's the first thing you look at in your app, and you know how you're feeling, and you'll be thinking, I feel good, but then you look at your score sometimes and the data isn't the word you want it to be. But if you start thinking about it, then you know why it's not there. There could be something on your mind, there could be a bit of stress going on or whatever, And then you go to the gym and you sort it out and you get yourself sweated out and get the head right again. And so the data is brilliant. The VO2, I was over the moon with my score. I was up at 50 a year and a half ago, and then I dropped back to 46, and then I put the head down and got myself to 54, and there's more in the tank, you know what I mean? So it's brilliant. My in-body score as well, it's fantastic. The information it gives is it's phenomenal, like, so it is. It's where your body fat is, where your muscle is, where your visceral fat, where all your BMI, everything, that information is brilliant. And I'm not all intel, I don't read up and study all that, but there's certain things in that there, and you would relate back to the ones it needs to be really focused on, and I just love that, you know what I mean? I just know where it needs to be, and if it's anywhere around that, I'm delighted, you know. I'm not over OCD about it, but it's, when you get into it, there's nothing like it. It's the way to go forward.
Last question. Somebody is in their late 40s, early 50s. They've built a business over the last 20 years. They've sacrificed a large portion of their health. They're maybe carrying 3 or 4 stone too much. Alcohol's been a part of their life. They've been stressed. They've have a young family. What are you telling somebody like that around their health, fitness and well-being? What advice would you give to somebody just sitting in that position right now?
Here, I know people personally that I would love to speak to and say to them. I've tried a couple of ones, and some have listened and some haven't, and it's just something that just get speaking to the person. Get into the gym, get into the routine. It's all about routine. If you run the old cliche, if you run your fitness like the way you run your business, your successful business, you'll be running marathons in 2 years' time. You'll be doing high rocks twice a year. It's so possible. Like, it's just, if you would just think of your fitness as your business, like, it is unreal. And it's not, I still enjoy my alcohol, and I still would smoke an odd cigarette there when I take a drink. It's totally a bad habit, and I really I'm nearly ready to cut that out. If I can get that out, it's where can my VO2 go? Do you know what I mean? I'm not proud about that. Like, what I'm saying is, it's just there's still weaknesses there, but I still enjoy my life. I still enjoy my social part of my life. That's me. But I've given up. I've sacrificed. He's still my very good friend, but I would have been always going into the bar once or twice, 3 times a week for a couple of pints here and there and watch a match. And some of them nights it would go on to 7 or 8 pints and maybe too late the next day. Then you missed your gym session and whatever. I'd have done that up to 5 or 6 years ago. Don't do that anymore. I wouldn't even consider that anymore, which is brilliant. And he now understands that. It's took him a few years to understand it, but he knows there's no point asking me anymore. But if there's something on, there's a weekend away or something, I'll be the first in the car to go. Like, but all them other wee things, I've cut all that out, and my fitness, my gym sessions, my training routine is priority every week now. It's priority. 7 a.m, 3-4 mornings a week, gold dust.
And it's such a valid point. When you're healthy, fit, and have great energy and make health a conscious choice on a weekly basis, you're in a great position to enjoy the things in life. You go on holidays, you have your meals out, you have some nice wine, you have a few beers. It has no impact because you're actually healthy. And that's the thing sometimes people don't understand, is they think they have to cut out everything they love to get healthy and fit. Yeah. You are healthy and fit, so you can do the things that you love with the people that matter. And you're a walking testament to that. And you know, for me to have had a client and I've worked with somebody for 8 years and seen the results that you have at this stage and be feeling and looking and operating the way you are, it inspires me. And
the home life is brilliant, because Brenda, my wife as well, she did get an injury there about a year ago. She was training really well. She's back at it again now. I said my daughter Katie's training. She does Irish dancing at a very high level as well. And now we can sit in the house and talk about fitness and talk about training. It's not just me coming into the home and saying, oh, I'm all psyched up now with all this training, I'm doing this and doing that. So now the shopping is done around the 3 of us now, doing our fitness, doing our training and saying, right, the next couple of weeks, folks, we're gonna pull it in here and we're gonna go healthy, do it fully right, get the protein in, get all the shakes and the drinks in and whatever we need to do. And it's not just one in the house, ours is a small circle, but it's brilliant if you can get everybody in the same wavelength in the home, like, and it's good for home life.
That common language, talking around things that are positive. What did you do in the gym today? How was your nutrition? You know, how are you feeling? What are you excited about? What are you working on? That is a family dynamic. What else matters more than that? And I obviously can see that shining through in the McCaffery household, and it's great to be part of.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That was great.
No bother. Thank you very much.